Okay, let's just jump right into it. When you think build muscle, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably some super intense person in the gym 6 days a week, living off chicken and broccoli, posting hashtags like embrace the grind, right? It's all about no days off. But what if the best way to get stronger wasn't about doing more? What if it was about doing less, but doing it smarter?
So picture two people. First, you've got the grinder. They're in the gym 6, maybe 7 days a week, always pushing, always sore, and let's be honest, probably heading straight for burnout. Then you have the lazy genius. They're working out just 3 days a week, and yet they're getting stronger month after month, and it feels easy, sustainable. So the big question is, how on earth is the person doing less actually getting more?
And here's the secret, and it's a good one. It's not about being lazy, not at all. It's actually about being incredibly disciplined. It's having the mental fortitude to ignore all the noise, all the junk exercises, all the extra workouts, and to focus only on the handful of things that truly work.
This entire philosophy really boils down to 3 simple but super powerful rules. We're going to break them all down. Rule 1, train smarter. Rule 2, rest harder. And Rule 3, live smarter. Honestly, this framework pretty much flips everything you've heard about fitness completely on its head.
So, let's dive into that first rule, train smarter. This is all about what you do inside the gym, and it's about making every single second count by focusing on efficiency, not just raw effort.
First up, let's talk frequency. How often should you actually train? Well, the research is pretty clear on this. Hitting a muscle group about 2 to 3 times a week is the absolute sweet spot for growth. It gives your body just enough of a kick to start building, and, this is the crucial part, enough time to actually recover and grow. Anything more than that, and you're not really getting better results.
And that leads right into volume. See, your muscles don't care how many days you're in the gym. They care about the total amount of work they do in a week. And that magic number seems to be around 10 to 20 hard sets per muscle group per week. If you start pushing way past 20 sets, you hit a point of diminishing returns. You're just getting more tired without actually building more muscle. It's all about quality over quantity.
So how do we get that quality work in without spending our whole lives at the gym? Simple. We focus on the big, heavy-hitting compound movements. You know, the exercises that work a ton of muscles all at once. A pull-up? That's not just your back. That's your back, your biceps, your forearms, your core. Squats? That's your whole lower body. This is the definition of training smart, getting the most bang for your buck out of every single rep.
All right, on to rule number 2. And honestly, this one might be the most overlooked part of getting fit. Rest harder. We've got to get this straight. You don't build muscle in the gym. The gym is where you tear it down. The growth, the real magic, that happens when you're resting.
You see people all the time, right? Rushing from one set to the next, barely catching their breath. They think being exhausted means it's a good workout. But the smart play? It's taking longer rests. I'm talking 3, 4, even 5 minutes between your really tough sets. Why? Because it lets your muscles actually recover, so you can lift heavier and with better form on the next set. That's what makes you stronger, not just feeling winded.
And this right here, this is probably the single most important sentence in this entire explainer. You could have the most perfect workout plan and diet in the world, but it's all a waste if you're not sleeping. Your body does all the real repair work, all the muscle building, when you are out cold.
Think about it. When you skip on sleep, your body just goes into crisis mode. Your ability to build muscle tanks, your stress hormone cortisol goes through the roof, and your testosterone levels can just plummet. Seriously, before you even think about buying some fancy supplement, you need to be getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. It is, without a doubt, the most powerful performance enhancer there is, and it's free.
Okay, let's wrap this up with our third and final rule, live smarter. This is all about the choices you make outside the gym, the little things that support your goals without making your life a living nightmare.
Let's talk about cardio for a second. The grind mentality says you need to do high-intensity interval training, sprints, burpees, workouts that just completely wreck you. But the problem with HIIT is that it can also jack up your stress hormones and make you ravenously hungry, which isn't great. The smarter move? Just walk. It's low stress, you can do it every single day, and it's ridiculously effective for fat loss without destroying you.
The real power of walking is just how consistent it is. A 30-minute walk might not feel like much, but when you do it every day, that adds up. We're talking thousands of extra calories burned over a week, all without the mental and physical beatdown of a punishing cardio session.
So when you put all of these pieces together, it really makes you redefine what discipline even means when it comes to fitness. It's not just about how hard you can go on any single day.
Let's look at those two paths one last time. Approach A is the grinder. 6 workouts a week, a diet you hate, crushing cardio. And where does that usually lead? Burnout. Approach B is the smart way. 3 good workouts, simple eating, daily walks. And the result of that? Consistency. And at the end of the day, consistency is the only thing that actually delivers results.
So here it is, the main point. Real discipline isn't about mindlessly piling on more work. It's about having the wisdom and the guts to resist that urge to do more. It's about telling your ego to take a hike when it says 3 days a week isn't enough. It's about trusting the process and doing only what matters.
And I'll just leave you with this final thought. Think about it. Anybody can go all out for a month, but to keep going for an entire year, that takes a totally different kind of strength. So what's actually harder? A crazy intense month that you can't wait to be over, or a smart, consistent year that just becomes a part of who you are?